they are lined up and set and racing for this historic 2024 version of the Juddmonte International. Alf Flailer and Docklands were very slow to stride as they move through the first furlong, heading down the back. City of Troy has found himself in front through the first furlong and a half. Raw Rhyme on his outside. At this stage, Hans Andersen is on the inside in a share of third place with Ghostwriter, who's done well to come out from his outside draw to drop into fourth. Blue Stocking in fifth. And then on the inside, Ambiente Friendly, who's just a tad keen. On the outside, then the Japanese raider, Durezza, in the red cap, sitting just off the pace. And they're followed through then by Blue Stocking and Zara Ken towards the back as well, with Kalandagan, his compatriot, in the Aga Khan's green and red colours. They move over on the far side of the Knavesmire and head down now inside the final 3/4 of a mile at this stage at the back of the field as they move down the far side. Docklands is restrained in the rear. So too is Maljoum just ahead of him with Alf Flailer as well. Israel, the one in the black cap, is in the rear quarter. City of Troy then, an unlikely pacemaker in the Juddmonte International as they straighten up for the judge. Raw Rhyme and Durezza, 3 deep, followed by Ghostwriter, Hans Andersen, Blue Stocking, Zara Kem's green jacket with a white cap next, Ambiente Friendly. Then on the outside, Kalandagan, Maljoum travelling well at the rear in the yellow jacket. And then Israel, Alf Flailer being pushed along. Docklands is starting to improve now and moves out of last place. But as they move down towards the final 2.5 furlongs, City of Troy still grinding it out in front here from Raw Rhyme on the outside. Down the centre, here comes Kalandagan. City of Troy really putting in the afterburners now, though, as they race up towards the final furlong. He leads by about a length and a half. Kalandagan trying hard to rein him in. Back in third place is Ghostwriter. City of Troy having to dig really deep here as they race inside the final furlong. He's made every yard so far, and City of Troy, what a game performance all the way in the city of York in the Juddmonte. Kalandagan second, Ghostwriter, Blue Stocking, Raw Rhyme next, and then Durezza.
Well, Aidan O'Brien has made no secret, hit the regard in which he holds City of Troy. Now, he was superlative in the superlative, he was very good in the Derby, but that, smashing Sea the Stars record in the International Stakes, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, we always felt he was so special, Lydia. Obviously, we saw last year, we felt he was like something we never had before. We went completely off the road in the Guineas and down into the swamp, you know, so we had to go stop and start and rejig. Everybody done an incredible job with him. Andrew's in charge, Ahmed, helps Andrew, and Davey, who looks after him. Rachel rides him out in all his work. Dean got him through the winter. All the people, Eamon, Shane, John, Jack. There's so many people, Shane, Vanessa, so many people, Rory, that are involved in him, that I'll forget half of them, Sarah. So they all got him back, and Martin leads him in his canters, Stephen leads him in his work. So they all put in a lot of work, a lot of change, and a lot of change in bits. Like you can see, he ran in 3 different bits the last 3 times until we got him back to where we were. We didn't want him to make the run anymore after the Guineas for what happened in the Guineas, so everything had to be rejigged. He had to slow down and do it again, but it's a natural thing to him to go forward fast and hard. So, but he did it today naturally with Ryan. Ryan said obviously going to the start he felt he passed the lead horse and he was very happy, and he made that decision, and like how right it was. And I thought Ryan was brilliant on him today. He contained them as long as he could. He waited and waited and waited, and then he started letting them go, and he said he didn't really open up until the 2 today, and he said when he really said to him come on, he said he opened up completely, so he's back ready to do this again, you know. So but it took all them runs to get him back to do it. We couldn't do it in Sandown, the ground was soft, the pace was too slow, and we just had to try get through all the things with him. But we always dreamed that he would be a classic horse, and maybe that's what the lads will do with him. But listen, he's natural to go forward, go to travel, have very strong pace, and he really toughs it out. So it could be our dream. But listen, he's very special. The ground was beautiful today. When we got here and walked out on the ground, we couldn't believe good to firm was this description, because it walked so safe and so proper. There was some coat of grass on it. But obviously when ground is perfect like that, horses let themselves go, and obviously, listen, it is beautiful ground, but it's what he does, it's the way he opens up has always made him different, and like, times don't lie then, Lydia, you know what I mean, and that's the one thing everybody, like, you can say what you want, but how fast you get from A to B, I think Dr. O'Brien used to always say it, I just want to know how fast he can get from A to B, and times don't lie. Yeah?
He's put in a couple of good performances at Newmarket last year, twice, and in the Derby. So, look, Aidan and everyone's always believed highly in the horse. He had a bad day in the Guineas, and he didn't win the Eclipse by 10 lengths, but he's proved he's a very good horse today. And there's not really, as the boss said the last day, there's not really much point in us saying too much because, you know, he let him do it for himself. And
tell me about the tactics, making all on him.
There's no tactics. He, you know, the plan was to go forward. He stepped well. If anything, stepped quicker than him, we would have been happy to get a lead. But he broke well. He didn't want to break his rhythm, and you know, he was comfortable. He travelled down very well inside the two. And when I asked him, he's just gone a little bit asleep in his work at home. So he's not quite sure what to do when you let him down, but he does everything so easy. But you know, he was very good today, I thought.
He was. Powerful fractions in the straight over these 10 furlongs, wasn't he? When Coral-Eclipse, did you feel him loom up on your outside?
Yeah, I felt one come to me at the 1.5, but inside the last furlong, they weren't getting any closer. So very happy with it.
It was a performance of great quality, and going into the race, you must have thought, you know, this is a deep addition that he's facing here.
Big field. I think you only had Blue Stocking and Durezza that had one Group 1s,
Yeah.
and you had a lot of people that thought they were Group 1 horses.
Coral-Eclipse, though, you know, gave you.
Coral-Eclipse is, you know, he was very good in the King Edward.
Yeah.
And look, there was a lot of horses that put in very good performances through the year, you know, and everyone, you know, thought we were vulnerable and they'd take a shot. So he's put away 12 of them today.
It's the way he opens, his stride gets really long. It's a very unusual thing. Most horses, when they start, they go to a stage and their stride can't lengthen. But when his stride starts lengthening, it keeps getting longer and longer and longer. But I think that's coming from Justify, and he had just the most incredible stride as well, you know. So, no, sure, listen, it's very exciting. I'm delighted for the lads, delighted for everybody that's involved with him, and grateful to everyone put in all their work with him day in, day out, really.
Talk me through the changes in equipment and what you tried to achieve each time.
Yeah, he started off obviously in a different bit his first time as a 2-year-old. Then he went to a slightly stronger one, and then he went to the strongest one of all in the Dew horse, and then he softened through the winter,
Right.
and then we started off a little bit softer again in the Guineas, and then Kevin's horse, the horse that won the sprint, took him on, and he took a hold of it, and he went, you know, Ryan couldn't get him back out of it. So obviously after that we had to put him in a bit of a stronger bit, and I think Rachel and Andrew, they changed the bit that they put on him for his next run, and then they changed it again, and then they changed it this time again. So and I think Andrew and Rachel and Ryan discussed what they were putting on. So this was back to probably the most severe bit he was on since a 2-year-old. So, but listen,
It's clearly worked. It
Yeah.
has clearly worked, Aidan.
Yeah.
You can be so proud, you and your whole team, of what you've achieved here. Does that feel very satisfying for you?
I know, I'm just glad that the horse put it all together and showed what he is, but you know, we've held him in high regard, so you know, he's exceptional 2-year-old, and he's put together some incredible performances, so very happy with him.
Tell me what you learnt about Los Angeles today. He's obviously very effective over 1.5 miles, a strong stayer at it. We were talking in terms potentially of the Arc after the race with Aidan O'Brien. Would that be a race that you could see him performing well in?
Yeah, I could. He would get further, but he doesn't need to go further. He's a high-class horse.
He's still a bit immature, isn't he, in some ways? He's only going to get better next year, the size of him as well.
Well, we hope so. He was Group 1 winner at 2 as well.
And finally, the Lion in winter. I know you didn't ride him on debut, but he seems to have learned so much from that first run.
Yeah, to be honest, he took me by, I thought 7 here might be sharp enough for him, but you know, he's able to get out and control the race, and he won well.
Track record again.
Yep, 2 track records today.
Yeah. well, and you run two of them. Many congratulations, Ryan. Great to talk to you. Fantastic travel.
Thanks, Lydia. Thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.